Yo guys, this is eSports Machina and you're now watching the Automata episode 3. The previous two episodes were kinda lighthearted. This is what the series is really about. Hard topics in esports, discussing them, how they may affect the industry as a whole, are they good or bad, and just giving my point of view. So today I want to talk about the ESL deciding to ban Team YouPorn pretty much participating on their events and tournaments. And they gave this as a following statement, and I'm gonna read a segment out of it. Advertising pornography is not legal in the markets we operate in, and the vast majority of partners we're working with have strict no drugs, no alcohol, and no pornography rules that we've contractually taken on board. And I think here my issues start to happen, okay? I think about a lot about the consumer. So in this case, it's the viewers. I also care about the people who are running this team, this organization, Team YouPorn. And also I do care about the players. And if you really think about it, like, I don't want to go into ethics. Is it okay to watch porn or not? I don't want to go into that. Let's talk about just the health aspect of things. Of course, if you do things like unhealthy amount of times, it will be unhealthy. So for example, there was a guy I think in South America who died because he was fapping like 50 times a day or something like that, and he died because of that. And then you of course have people overdosing on beer or water or milk. Even that can happen if you take an unhealthy amount of these supplements or drinks or whatever. And my problem with this case is pornography, or porn as a general, is rather healthy. Maybe not from a mental aspect in certain situations, but for the most part, it is rather healthy. And then we have a lot of these other sponsors right in esports. I think this is kind of the problem in esports right now, where the biggest sponsors they have vices. So we have Alpha Draft, we have Unicorn. These are gambling websites. I don't think, in many countries, this is one of the problems, okay? So porn or pornography may have some restrictions in some countries in the markets that ESL works in. That this is in pretty much is Europe for the most part, but we're talking about pretty much the whole world right now. In some countries, yes, porn might be, illegal to watch if you're a certain age. But if we look at gambling, which Alpha Draft is, and a lot of these fantasy sports sites are, those are also banned for under 18. In my country, if you're not 18, you can't play slot machines, you can't go into casinos, and, well, actually you can use the lottery, but other than that, I don't think even lottery is allowed for under 18. I have to check on that. But for the most part, we already have a bit of a inconsistency here, where gambling is allowed for some reason, even though it is banned here. Another good example in our country is if you're under 15, you can't buy energy drinks. And there is a lot of energy drink. There was the thing that just happened where Twitch joined up with this some sort of a energy drink brand which is owned by Pepsi. I like Pepsi. I think sodas are totally fine. They're not so bad for long term. Yes, they are bad, but energy drinks are really bad. Even if you take a one bottle a day, it can affect. Even a one-time use may have serious effect if you have, if you're sensitive to caffeine or taurine, or your heart will react to it. There are these types of things that are very unhealthy. And then there's a lot of these energy supplements that also sponsor esports teams. So I think there's a bit of a big problem here. So porn is not allowed, but then you have these very unhealthy things like energy supplements, energy drinks, gambling. And I would argue those three things are a lot worse than pornography. And I think it's also one of the problems is because you need to make revenue as a team, so you have to take a lot of these dubious sponsors in, and a lot of the time these gambling these have a lot of money, so they are able to afford these sponsorships. And now that the sponsorship costs have gone up, a lot of like these like Razer, Logitech, and these haven't been these tech industry based companies haven't been able to afford to sponsor some esports teams, or they only want to sponsor a lot of the bigger teams. And I think we need more sponsors in that don't really hurt the demographic. I'm not saying that if you're going to see a Monster Energy drink sponsor on some team, the kid is going to go run to the store and immediately buy it. I'm not saying that. But I think there's a bit of a conflict of interest here if the sponsors and ESL are worried about the consumers or the players. And I think this has to be. I'm gonna make a separate video about gambling in esports as a whole. But I think just as a food for a thought, I hope that a lot of other organizations will be allowing Team YouPorn to operate in the industry and able to participate on tournaments. I really would like that because I think they are one of the better sponsors out there. I think they're legitimately interested in esports. A lot of the other people, like, Papa fucking Johns, they did a one esports thing and then they get the fuck out. That's what a lot of other people did. But if you come in as a team, you're willing to employ people, give them salaries, that is commitment to the industry. And a lot of these gambling things, I think they're just over the fuck over people's money. And that's what gambling always is. The primary concept of a lottery and gambling is fuck over 99% of the people in order that the 1% will make a lot of money. That is what gambling in its whole is about. That is the concept of gambling, essentially. And I think we're kind of moving in a bit of dangerous categories here. And I hope ESL would probably retract and reconsider the situation. But, if their sponsors say this, well, you can't much do about it. But leave me on the comments below what you think should be banned from esports and what should be allowed. And we can discuss it more in the comments. I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys on the next topic that I decide to comment on. Cheers.